Hello, this is David from Espressotec Sales and Service to give you part 2 of 3 of the Swiss-made Jura Superautomatic home espresso machine buying guide. In part 2 here, we will go into the full-size but non-one-touch Cappuccino Jura machines. There are only 2 in these models. They're both high performers, very successful, including the J5, a previous design winner of the Red Dot Award. We have the F50 and the J5. J5 comes in white or black on the side with the silver metallic front. F50 is only black. Both these machines are full size. The reason I say that is they both have dual thermoblocks. You have your main thermoblock and then an additional thermoblock for the steam function. So they're very fast, very easy to use, as all Jura machines heat up very well. Almost no lag time whatsoever. So the F50 is the first machine I will discuss in this overview. Then I will also overview the J5 and give you a demonstration of its functioning. F50, side loading tank, as all the full-size ones are, whether they are one touch or not. So you don't need a lot of clearance above here. Beans go on the right side here. This is the pre-ground chute, where you'd put in the cleaning tablet or up to 2 scoops of pre-ground coffee. For this particular machine, it has no rotary. It has a bank of control buttons. Your power, this is your programming button, which you would hold down to get into the programming system to make all of your adjustments. This is your espresso. This is a double of the espresso. So there's only one coffee setting that you can double. This is the rinse button. You will be prompted to press that when the machine first starts up. And this is to activate steam. For hot water on this system, you would just turn this dial to the right, activates the hot water. You can pour up to 7.5 ounces at a time. This is the rotary dial in which you would program the various functions of the machine. Even though the dial in the bank is different, you will have the same features as the J5. So I'll move over to the J5 now. Features this butterfly dispenser spout if you want to spread it to really give you some room for 2 separate coffees. It goes up and down, of course, as with all your machines. There is your grounds bin and drip tray where the excess pressure of the water is released. Oops, take me a sec to get that in. This is your water tank on the side. It's larger than in the F50, 2+ liters. Over on this side, you actually have the scoop and a separate manual frother, 2-stage if need be. I don't really use these personally, but a lot of people do. It's simple as sliding this dispenser off, putting it on, create more infusion of air, more foam if you pull it down or slide it up. I recommend using this. Auto frother does a really good job. Okay, there's the dial. The grinder adjustment, beans go in here. Now there is a light activation sensor here that once the barrier is broken, the grinder knows it has enough beans. If it empties out, then it tells you to fill it. A lot of sensors, very intelligent machine. For example, this is the pre-ground chute. If you'll notice though, when I lift it, the machine senses that, expects me to put in pre-ground coffee, which I'm not going to. So it is actually going to abort that. It will not pour. The brewing unit can sense through pressure if there's any coffee in the machine. Next we will go into the buttons. Also, you'll notice nice little LED light up display under here, so you can even pour your coffee in the dark. Front dials here, you have now a wider array of options than you will find on the F50. There is your espresso shot, that will double that. Here is your coffee or Americano, that will double that. On the left here, we have the hot water. Hot water functions simply. You can set it up to 7.5 ounces. Just select the button, automatically pours through the frother. You can turn it off at any time like that. Your steam is on the right side here. And on the top, this is the rotary dial. This has two functions. I can change the strength of the coffee before I pour it, or if I hold it down, I can get into the programming mode. All the Jura machines have this programming mode where you can customize the machine, run various cleaning cycles, set various other features. For example, rinse. You can rinse the machine, select a full clean where you would put the cleaning tab in here. I recommend that be done once a month. Hold it down again to get back in. There's buttons. Now I can program the different coffees. So I'm going to select the espresso. I can adjust the water in either ounces or milliliters. I prefer ounces, 1.5. This is the standard setting that I personally like. You, of course, can tinker with this all you like. Strong, extra strong. Usually I set it to about strong. Now the temperature, high is recommended. Exit that. I am still in the button mode, so now I can select it again, and I can program the steam for the exact amount of time that I want milk to be sucked up from a container like this milk container, or this hose can be placed in a pitcher, in a cup, whatever you like. It will now suck up 14 seconds worth of milk through this frother and pour. I'm going to leave that at 14 seconds. I can program the hot water, but I will go to the next ones. Your filter. If you have an area with a high calcium carbonate scale, is what it's called, build up your water, then you can activate the filter to draw that out. It goes through 50 liters of water, but you'll have to activate that if you do so. You can select no. Water hardness is where you can actually find the exact pH using a Jura water hardness strip or other water hardness strip. Find out the pH of your area, set your machine for that exact number, and it will notify you when you need to run the descaling cycle. So you can also inactivate it if you like. Energy saving mode. Time is I can set the machine to turn on at a certain time every day, and then off after an hour. So I set the machine to turn on at 9, automatically shuts off at 10. Info. Now this is where you can actually track the various coffees that you've made for servicing. I recommend once every 3,000 to 5,000 coffees you bring it in to a Jura technician to have it serviced. Preventative maintenance is very important. Okay. So there's the general overview of this. There are a few more things you can see inside this machine in the programming mode. I'll just quickly go through them. Display, milliliters, ounces. I prefer ounces. There's your 24-hour or AM PM clock. Languages. Okay, let's make a coffee. Now, even though you can preset to customize the drinks the way you like, 4 different buttons, before you pour, you can also adjust the dial. Change it at any time you like. So, extra strong, press the button. Feel like an espresso for a super automatic machine. Let's now move to the cappuccino or the latte. This is the Jura Auto Frother. It's a standard one. It comes on most machines. I've got this hooked up to a milk container. The center position just purges the steam. It will not suck up milk. Bottom section is just for steamed milk. Will not infuse a lot of air, so will not create a lot of foam. Top is for your standard cappuccino or latte. The plus or the minus on the dial will slow the pour and actually increase the temperature of the milk. So I'm going to set this cappuccino close to the plus side, select the steam button. It will now begin heating up. Again, 2 thermoblocks in this system, heats up very fast. Ready to go. Now I programmed this for 14 seconds. You want a large cup, program it for up to 90 seconds. Excellent foam produce. Slide it over. There you go, fast, easy, efficient. The mid-range, full-size Jura Superautomatic espresso machine.